So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the latest of the Secrets of the Damned podcast series. We're speaking today one of the heroes of the Damned, one of the supporters of the project, Fran Wood. Fran, good morning.
Good morning.
So, we're going to talk a little bit about the Secrets of the Damned and the project, but could you tell us, how did you find out about the Secrets of the Damned?
Well, that was a bit of a long story. I was on Facebook one day when I got a friend request from a Jim Shaw, and I thought to myself, Jim Shaw? There's only one Jim Shaw that I knew, and that was a guy that I went to school with and hadn't seen in over 20 years. There was no picture of him, so I wasn't sure if it was the same person. So I accepted the friend request, thinking that it would be nice to see if it was the same guy and to see how he was making out. I saw that he was an author, and I messaged to find out what the names of his books were, because I wanted to get copies of them, because, wow, I actually knew an author, someone that I grew up with. I thought that it was amazing that someone that I actually knew was a published author.
Now, what were your first impressions of the series?
When I first read the books, I have got to tell you, I was so impressed. They were really good. I was totally amazed. These books had me staying up late at night because I just couldn't put them down. They were that good. I am the type of person to read books, and I'm not really into horror books, so this was actually my first book that was horror per se. But these were like a roller coaster as I was reading them. There was parts where you were afraid, but you just couldn't stop. You had to keep on that ride and know what the story was going to bring you, all the twists and turns that it took me on.
Now, what are your favorite parts of the first book, The Kirk? Because the Kirk is the initial of the trilogy. What are some of your top highlights from The Kirk?
Some of my favorite scenes might actually surprise other people who have read the book. There is a character named John that is a secondary character. I don't want to give anything away, but there is a scene in the book where something happens that causes him to lose all rational thought, and he does something that is completely instinctual, and I find that I would totally do the same thing if I was in his place. I could completely relate to him, and I find that is what I like most about these books. They have characters that in some way you're able to relate to them. The story also takes you to various places, a small town which I actually grew up in and am still living in today. Some of the characters also are familiar ones to me that I grew up with, because I can see a little bit of people that I knew in these characters. You know, some of the names might be changed, but it's like, I know who that guy is. I know him. But thankfully, none of them were me.
Now, you had mentioned Woodstock, Carleton County area. A lot of the book is inspired by Jim's growing up in the region and the many things that have touched him over the years. Now, I know you're involved in the project in a very unique way. You're Jim's front cover designer. Talk about how you had that title and what's your process with that.
Well, I work with computers on a daily basis at work, so I suggested to Jim when he decided that he was going to be re-editing his books and was going to be republishing them on Amazon, that he should update the book covers. I thought that, they could be a little bit more jazzed up. I told him that I could help him with that, and he thought that was a great idea. There are just so many things that can be done to showcase his books. not only is he offering the books in written form, but also in audio form. So, as you well know, there's a lot of busy people.
Mm-hmm.
And I commute to work, and I can pop in an audiobook and listen to it. And even a person at the end of the day who is just trying to relax can just turn it on and listen to it, and it is so enveloping.
Now, I'm glad you brought it up. Our voice actress, Nora Aga, is actually recording the first edition of the Kirk. That will be available very soon. Now, getting to the book now, a lot of people that followed the series so far have seen our previous Taste or Prologue podcasts. But if someone has never read the series yet, how would you, as a fan of the book or the series, how would you convince them to pick up the book?
I guess I would first find out what they enjoy reading. This series of books has so much to offer so many different people. If you enjoy thrillers, this book is for you. If you enjoy mysteries, this book is for you. If you enjoy adventure, this book is for you. If you enjoy horror, same thing. In short, this book has something just about everyone will be drawn to. A lot of books, you would have to read a couple of chapters to find yourself being drawn into it. I can tell you that with the first chapter, I was hooked.
Now, his writing style, like you said, it draws you in. What's the best aspect of Jim's writing style that you found from your experience soaking in the book and allowing it to flow over you as many authors do? What's the best part of his style in relation to the genre?
Well, I really like how their characters are so relatable. There is a flow to his writing that draws a person in. He is able to take you to a world in his writing that makes you forget everything else. This is something special. When an author is able to do that, that is a talent that is truly special.
Well, I tell you what, friend, we thank you so much for sitting down with us today. We want to remind everybody that this podcast series is available on our official Secrets of the Damned podcast series under my nom de plume, JJ Governor Courier. Don't forget, like we mentioned before, Nora Aga, our voice actress, is working on the audiobook of the Kirk, which will be available very soon. The Amazon Kindle-style version of the Kirk is available today, Amazon, at a great reduced price in recent weeks. Again, we thank you so much, friend.
Thank you.
And we want to remind everybody, like we do with these podcasts, or as we say in the Corey household, be the Kirk. Have a great day. Bye.